Back in 2009, I had something like an irritation in my eye, like an allergy. I went to see an optician and I was told that I had blepharitis, so I was using Johnson's baby shampoo. Unfortunately, that didn't work, and I later on realised that my eye was beginning to protrude a little bit. I then went to see, very fortunately, David Verity, who that very same day did a CT scan and discovered the mass behind my eye. 2 weeks later, I went on to have a biopsy. Unfortunately, the biopsy showed I had malignant melanoma. I went to see an oncologist at Barts, who then recommended that I went through 6 weeks of radiotherapy. I had this mask made. I believe perhaps if NFORC had existed back in those days, then it might have been evident that radiotherapy actually wouldn't have cured my melanoma. This is me when I was actually having the radiotherapy treatment. I was then told that I would have to have an extrusion of my eye, and I'd be left with a hole in my face. I had a free flap taken from my thigh. This area here all removed, and it was placed into my eye, where my eye would have been. It was almost like an orange had been put on the front of my face. The skin, it just seemed very weird because the hair was growing almost immediately when it was transplanted. Shortly afterwards, I think it was about 3 months, I was told that it had actually gone into my upper jaw and the roof of my mouth on the left-hand side. A part of my shoulder blade removed and placed where my jaw was. My dentist, he did a 3D model of my skull, and this is what I had rather a lot taken away with the cancer. So this section here shows my shoulder blade and where the implants were put into. I've had quite a lot of operations, and yeah, not very flattering, but this is how I looked after that surgery. You can see all my face is totally distorted here. I guess the weight of the leg muscle being put in my face dragged my face down. Later on, I went on to have more operations, very fortunately involving Andrew as well, who put in the implants into my face, and actually into the shoulder blade. I was then had my first eyeball put in. I had the beginnings of something that was actually better than just having a hole in my face. Unfortunately, later on, I went on to have a metastasis and I had liver surgery. I had some fat taken from my leg and put into my face because this was very sunken in here. I'm very fortunate that I've got the kind of hair that can disguise my disfigurement a lot, and I wear glasses a lot, and this is kind of just showing that life goes on, and that you can still have a good time with disfigurement. And yeah, I would hope that it would encourage other people that you can carry on living with malignant melanoma. I wear these as to disguise and cover up, but if I show you, there's still a lot of work to do. I've got this section here which really disturbs me because I can't smile. If I smile, this is me smiling. So hopefully in the future, there'll be some technique to be able to raise this. With NFORC, hopefully, there will be a lot more people in my situation that will benefit from a whole culmination of the whole world, getting the benefit from everybody's information being put together in one spot.
This is absolutely brilliant, creating the world's first ever research centre dedicated to this most socially sensitive part of our body, which will collect major data and organise research to improve patient treatment worldwide. Well done, Saving Faces.